Hello and welcome everyone. In this video, we will solve Meow from Hack the Box starting point. First, we'll go over theoretical concepts and commands. Then, we'll do a demonstration. Afterwards, we'll solve the box. There are chapters and timestamps in the description to save you time. Thank you. The first concept we have is Telnet. Telnet lets user connect from a remote machine, which is called the Telnet client, to another machine, which is called the Telnet server, providing access to that machine's command line interface and resources. These are examples of Telnet commands. Let's say you want to connect to a host. You would type Telnet, then the target IP. If you want to connect to a host with a username, you use the -L option. This is OS dependent. So you would type telnet -L username, then the target IP. If you want to connect to a host on a specific port, you would type telnet, then the target IP, then the specific port. If you want to connect with a username and specify a port, this is also OS dependent, you would use the -L option, telnet -L username, target IP, then port. Then, if you want to use a host name instead of an IP, you would type this telnet example.com. If you want to end the session, you could either end it by typing exit if you're inside a telnet session with a remote host, or by typing quit if you're at the telnet client prompt on your own machine. So this is when you're on your own machine. So for example, if we come here to terminal and we type telnet and hit enter, now this is a telnet client program on our own machine. If we type quit, we end the session. We will be using telnet in this box from Hack the Box. Next, we have Nmap. Nmap is short for Network Mapper, which is a free and open source tool used for network discovery and security auditing. It scans hosts and networks to find open ports, running services, and even operating system details. To run a basic scan, you type Nmap, then the target IP. Let's say we want to run an Nmap scan and store the output to a file. We will type Nmap -O-N, capital N, then the name of the file. In our case, it would be meow_nmap.txt -sv, capital V, then target IP. -O-N, this is normal output. This tells Nmap to output the scan results in normal format, which is readable plain text. meow_nmap.txt, this is the name of the file where the results are stored. -sv, this portion of the command, this enables service and version detection. So service detection tries to determine what service is running on an open port, such as SSH, HTTP, SMB. Version detection attempts to identify the version of that service. So if we want to run Nmap without storing to a file, we will not include the -O-N or the name of the file. We will just write sudo nmap -sv, then the target IP. And as we mentioned, -sv enables service and version detection. Now, ls. ls in Linux is a command line utility that's used to list the contents of directories, files, and folders. We just type ls. This is the basic usage. Then we have cat. In Linux, cat, which is short for concatenate, is a command line utility used to read, display, and combine files. With redirection, it can also be used to create or append to files. These are examples of cat commands. If we want to display file contents, we type cat, then the name of the file. If we want to display multiple files, we would type cat, then the names of the different files. If we want to use redirection to create a new file, we would use cat, then we would use the redirection operator, then the name of the file. Then you type your text and press Ctrl D to save. If the file exists, this will overwrite it without warning, so be careful. Now, if you want to append text to an existing file, you use the append redirection operator. This is the append redirection operator. This is the redirection operator. So you would type cat, then the append redirection operator, then the name of the file. You type your text, then press Ctrl D. If you want to combine files into one, you would type cat, then the names of the files. So for example, file1.txt, space file2.txt, then the redirection operator combined.txt. This is the name of the new file. So the redirection operator overwrites combined.txt if it exists. The append redirection operator appends instead of overwrite. Now, if we want to show line numbers, we would type cat-n, then the name of the file. If you want to skip blank line numbering, you use cat-b, then the name of the file. To view contents with tabs and line ends visible, you would type cat-t, capital T, -e, then the name of the file. And this -t shows tabs as !i, -e shows line ends with $sign. Now we will do a quick demonstration in terminal. We will type ls. As you can see, we're in an empty directory. First, we'll use redirection to create a new file. We will type cat, then the redirection operator, then new file 1.txt. We'll hit enter. We'll type our desired text. So for example, A, enter, AB, enter, ABC. Then we'll press Ctrl D. We'll press Ctrl D again. We'll type ls. We have the new file. If I type cat, new file 1, we have our file. We've displayed new file 1.txt. Now we'll use redirection to create another file. We'll type cat, then the redirection operator, then new file 2.txt, hit enter, D, enter, DE, enter, DEF, Ctrl D. We'll type ls. We can see the new file 2.txt. We'll cat, new file 2.txt. We can see the file. Now we'll append to an existing file. So we'll type cat, but this time we will use the append redirection operator. So we'll use that operator. Then new file 2.txt, hit enter, G, GH, GHI, I'll hit enter, then Ctrl D. Now if we cat new file 2.txt, we'll see that our new text was appended. Let's display multiple files. Let's type cat, new file 1.txt, then new file 2.txt, hit enter. We're displaying both files. Now let's combine two files into one. So we'll cat new file 1.txt, new file 2.txt. Then we will use the redirection operator and we will type combined.txt. This is a new file that we are creating. If we type ls, we can see combined.txt. We will cat combined.txt. As you can see, we have the contents of new file 1.txt, then the contents of new file 2.txt. Here, the content of new file 2.txt gets appended immediately after the last line of new file 1.txt. So they're on the same line. It looks like they're on the same line. To fix this, we can do two things. We can use echo to ensure that new file 1.txt ends with a line. So we will type echo, then we will use the append redirection operator and new file 1.txt. Hit enter. Now if we run cat new file 1.txt, new file 2.txt, then the redirection operator, then combined.txt, we will get a different output. So here, the content of new file 2.txt starts on a new line. When we didn't do that, it started on the same line. There is another way to do it, but first let's rewrite new file 1.txt. We'll type cat, then the redirection operator, then new file 1.txt. We will type A, hit enter, AB, hit enter, ABC. Then I'll press Ctrl D. Now I will type left parentheses, cat, new file 1.txt, semicolon, echo, semicolon, cat, new file 2.txt, right parenthesis, then we will use the redirection operator, then we will type combined.txt. We'll hit enter. If we cat combined.txt, we also get this output where the contents of new file2.txt started on a new line after the contents of new file1.txt. Now we want to test this cat-n show line numbers. So if we type cat-n then combine.txt, hit enter, we can see the line numbers. And now if we type cat-t then dash capital E then combined.txt and hit enter, as you can see, whenever there is a new line there's a $sign. If I type vim combine.txt, hit escape I, come here, press tab, come here, press tab, come here, press tab, then escape, colon WQ. If I run this command again, we will have a caret capital I whenever there is a tab. So what this command does is that -t shows us tabs as a caret I, and -e shows us line ends with a $sign. So first we had a $sign, AB $sign, ABC $sign, and so on. Now we used vim to edit the file combine.txt. We added tabs, we added 3 tabs, and now we can see these tabs as caret I here, caret I here, caret I here, and line ends as $sign here, $sign here, and $sign here. Now we will type clear. We'll go to hack the box. This is the machine that we want to solve, Meow. So first, to connect to the target machine, you must be on the same network. We connect to the starting point VPN using one of the following options. Either Pwnbox or using OpenVPN. So Pwnbox is a browser-based VM or virtual machine with all the tools that you need pre-installed. OpenVPN allows you to use your own machine for hacking, and we download the VPN configuration and connect from our environment. There is a nice document here. If you click this link, it will take you to this page, which will show you how to connect. So you can read through it. It shows you how to connect using both OpenVPN and Pwnbox. So what we do is we click connect using OpenVPN, select VPN access, select a server, we download the VPN. Then if you go to this section, after you download the VPN, you navigate to where the file was downloaded and you run sudo openvpn, then the name of the file. It's usually a name.ovpn. So I've already downloaded the VPN. So I'll come here, I'll type sudo openvpn and then the VPN file, hit enter. It will take some time and then connect. I refreshed the page. Now, as you can see, there is a green check mark here, which means that we're connected to Hack the Box network. Now we click spawn machine, give it some time. So the machine is online, it was spawned. This is the IP address of the target machine. We'll come here. First we'll type ping, then we'll copy the machine IP, hit enter, Command C. Now we'll use Nmap to scan the target machine. So we'll type nmap-o capital N. I'll name the file meow_nmap.txt, then -sv, then the target IP. 10.129.206.204. I'll hit enter. I'll give it some time. As you can see, we have the Nmap output. We can also cat meow_nmap.txt. We have the same output. Here in the results, we see that port 23 is open, which runs Telnet. So what we'll do is we'll try to use Telnet to connect to this machine. So we'll try connecting using this command, telnet-l username, then the target IP. So we'll type telnet-l, then root then the target IP. We'll hit enter. As you can see, we're connected as root at Meow. We'll type ls. We can see a flag.txt. We'll type cat flag.txt, and we have the flag. If you scroll down, there are different tasks, and at the end there is a flag to submit. Let's go over the tasks together. Task 1. What does the acronym VM stand for? It stands for virtual machine. Task 2. What tool do we use to interact with the operating system in order to issue commands via the command line, such as the one to start our VPN connection? It's also known as a console or shell. It's terminal. If we click show answer, we can see it. Virtual machine, terminal. What service do we use to form our VPN connections into Hack-the-Box Labs? Task 3, OpenVPN. What tool do we use to test our connection to the target with an ICMP echo request? Ping. What is the name of the most common tool for finding open ports on a target? Nmap. What service do we identify on port 23 TCP during our scan? Telnet. What username is able to log into the target over Telnet with a blank password? Root. Here, when we're connecting using Telnet, we can try different usernames. Then we'll figure out that root gives us access without a password. Now, submit the flag. We'll show answer. This is the flag. Starts with B40, ends in C19. B40 ends in C19. B40 ends in C19. We can also zoom. We have the flag.
If you found this helpful and want to support my content, consider using my affiliate link in the description to sign up. Thank you.
If you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Also, share in the comments which machines you'd like me to solve on the channel. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.